Tesla has a bunch of really big secrets that they don't want you to know, but sorry, Tesla, this stuff is coming out. Like, there is a secret brand new Model Y refresh that's already launched, and you're gonna wanna know about this. Also, Apple CarPlay might finally be coming to every single Tesla on the road. This is a really big deal. And also, there is a brand new Model 3 that is better in almost every single way, even better than the Model Y, that should be launching basically at any moment now. 2024 is set to be one of Tesla's biggest years ever, so let's break down 5 secrets that are about to be revealed. Secret projects, new features, so much to get excited about, even some new Tesla models on the high end and the low end. So here's all you need to know about new Model 3s, new Model Ys, new features, and also give a big thanks to 70My for sponsoring this video. So let's just dive into it. One of Tesla's very first big secrets is already leaked in a really big way and could be launching literally at any moment. In fact, there's a chance when this video is published that the new product is already released. As of filming, it is still not official, and that, of course, is the all-new Model 3 Highland Performance variant, or Model 3 Ludicrous. We just got some leaked videos of this, we've seen it in leaked photos, and man, is it going to be a pretty significant upgrade in almost every single way. Of course, this new Model 3 is going to bring all of the Highland upgrades to this model. So that's the RGB ambient lighting, it's the new rear display, it's the cooled seats, all that stuff. But also for the very first time, Tesla's performance model is going to have some pretty exclusive features, both interior upgrades and exterior upgrades, that you won't be able to find on any other model. In the past, performance Teslas have sort of been different, but they're mostly the same. But this year, Tesla's making a bigger push to make their performance lineup way more premium. For example, this all-new Model 3 Ludicrous is going to have a new Ludicrous badge on the back to denote that, yes, this is the performance model. It's going to have some all-new performance wheels, brand new sport performance seats on the inside, a refined spoiler, and a modified front fascia that's going to allow more air intake to keep all those components cool. And then, of course, under the hood could be a very first for a Model 3 or Model Y, and that is potentially a plaid motor, giving this thing the oomph it needs to get a sub 3 second 0 to 60 time. Some have even speculated maybe 2.5 seconds to 0 to 60. That could be crazy. Basically, we're talking plaid level performance without those plaid prices on this all new Model 3 Performance that is set to be a really big deal when it launches, which again, could be literally at any moment. We're hearing that early March is going to be the tentative launch date, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Now, of course, that alone is really tempting, especially if you're a performance junkie but just don't want to spend the money on a Model S or a Model X. Model Y Performance is nice, but this new Model 3 Ludicrous or Model 3 Performance is going to be really good. So that in and of itself is going to be better than the Model Y. Then there's also the thing to consider that, well, the Model Y Performance is going to come eventually, but it won't get those speeds. So if you do want the best speeds you can get, this new Model 3 Performance is going to be amazing when it launches. Just something to keep in mind. We will, of course, have the Model 3 Performance, or I should say the Model Y Performance, but kind of in different leagues. The second big secret feature we could see in 2024 is finally, yes, finally, officially the launch of CarPlay, Apple CarPlay, on all Tesla vehicles. Now, Tesla has famously been very anti-CarPlay and very anti-Android Auto, and to their credit, I sort of, understand their point. They make a really good software experience. The hardware and software are sort of integrated together in a way that no other automaker, besides maybe Rivian, is able to pull off. They do a fantastic job. The software is very fast. It's very useful. A lot of cool features. It's great and getting better with every software update. But of course, there are still some unique advantages to Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and other systems out there like it. There's the whole mess of the App Store that you can't get on Teslas that is going to be here. There's extra functionality. There's a virtual assistant you can have access to, way better ability to actually send messages that are also beyond just SMS messages. Lots of big advantages to Apple CarPlay. And although Tesla has been very anti-Apple and anti-CarPlay, that might be about to change very soon, like literally right now. That's because Apple has officially announced that they are shuttering their own EV project. Yes, if you didn't know, Apple had been working for years, spent about $10 billion to build their own EV to compete with Tesla, Rivian, and the like, but they just really couldn't pull it off. And analysts say that this is sort of a nod to the fact that Tesla is just too good and Apple just knew they couldn't compete. And now that Apple is winding down what could have been their big Tesla competitor, maybe there's a big opportunity here for Apple and Tesla to be friends and work more closely together. And what makes this story even more interesting and a little bit more complicated is that Apple and Tesla already have this sort of secret special relationship that no one ever really talks about. For example, while Teslas obviously don't officially support CarPlay, they do officially support Apple Podcasts and Apple Music, which is only thanks to the fact that Apple and Tesla work together to bring those apps to Teslas. You don't see those other Apple apps on other EVs. That's because Tesla and Apple work together to make that happen. We've also heard and seen evidence over the last couple of months that Tesla's actively testing Apple's AirPlay technology and the fact that they could bring that to their vehicles to allow you to wirelessly send video or audio from your phone to the big screen or now screens in your Tesla. Obviously, there's a lot of synergistic opportunities here. There would be a nice way to sort of bring CarPlay over, even run it in a window like the different emulators or sort of the boxes we've got right now do, and bring apps like Waze and Google Maps and Audible and other third-party apps to your Tesla. It doesn't have to take over the whole Tesla screen and Tesla software experience, but would be a nice complement to what Tesla is doing. Now, to be totally honest, as much as I do love my Tesla, I think that I and basically every other Tesla owner could admit that the car is seriously lacking in one big way, and that is the quality of the built-in cameras. And that's exactly why I upgraded my Model 3 recently with a dedicated high-quality dash cam system from 70mi. This is the A810. It's a fully 4K system that is absolutely incredible, and basically the quality here just speaks for itself. You can see just how good it is. This is the company's flagship 4K dash cam that is packed with so many built-in smarts. It's got built-in GPS. It's got a great companion app that you can use to sort of dial in your settings. It's got a super sleek design, super sensing ADAS, and image quality that is just, like I said, really, really good. And one of the big reasons this system looks so good is that it's using Sony's best-in-class image sensor here. It's the Starvis 2 IMX678 and a self-developed HDR algorithm to make sure your footage is going to look amazing, whether it was captured in a sunny, bright day environment or even dark at night. It's going to make sure you've got everything you need captured, and it's going to deliver basically just this extreme quality, extreme security, and make sure what you want to capture is going to look its best. Obviously, this is a pretty big deal because this type of quality lets you really easily and crisply capture things like license plates, roadsides, and other evidence with extreme clarity, and it's loaded with other tech inside as well that's going to allow this image to look so good, like the fact that it's captured in HDR, and with 70mi's specialized MVS technology, the image is sort of further enhanced to best be balanced for different lighting conditions to always look its best. The A810 also packs an f1.8 aperture that's going to let in a bunch of light, and with the night owl vision, that's going to improve night vision even more, which is particularly a big deal, again, for Tesla owners, because we know that those built-in cameras at night really fall apart. And there's even a smart parking guardian mode built in that's going to harness the power of AI to detect people around your car and sort of what's going on nearby. And you can use 70mi's hardware kit to activate the parking mode and give your camera constant power, so you're always in the know of what's happening around your car, even if you're not there. Honestly, the performance and quality of a dedicated dash cam system like this is just so nice to have, and again, it just gives me so much peace of mind that I know that I'm going to be able to capture whatever I need to, day or night, with really good quality, and the A810 is just checking all the boxes. Super easy install, you've got a great design, lots of built-in smarts, and the image quality here is going to blow away those built-in Tesla cameras basically out of the water every single time. If you're looking for a full-res 4K high-quality dash cam system for your vehicle, even your Tesla, this is an awesome way to go. If you want to learn more about what 70mi has to offer and check out the A810 for yourself, learn more at the link right down below in the description. I should also mention this makes sense because Tesla has been rumored to be working on their own app store for years, at least 4 years. We heard about this all the way back in 2020, and they've still done nothing with it. So maybe internally Tesla's having some trouble with the app store and app distribution. Apple's already got that all locked in. Now that Apple is sort of waving the white flag and not going to do their Tesla competitor, maybe the two could work together and finally bring CarPlay to Teslas. I know it's a little bit of a stretch, but definitely I think on the bingo card of 2024, and something we could see sooner than later. Another big secret for Tesla in 2024 is that it's finally going to be launching 2 brand new vehicles, or I guess a couple of brand new vehicles. There's actually, 3 or 4 different variants, but really 2 big ones that we haven't seen before. Specifically, I'm talking one on the low end and one on the high end. In fact, just a few days ago, Elon shared some new details on the all-new Tesla Roadster that's going to be even crazier than what we saw back in 2017. After 7 long years of basically no news, Elon announced that the team has significantly increased the design goals, collaborating with SpaceX to give it a boost to this new Roadster of the 0 to 60 time, bringing the speed of that 0 to 60 time to under 1 second. And more importantly, he announced that the new Roadster would be unveiled sometime later this year. Yes, that is this year in 2024. He also says that it's, quote, the most mind-blowing product of all time and will start shipping sometime in 2025. Speaking of next year in 2025, that also brings us to another Tesla secret that is not so much of a secret anymore, sort of an open secret, I guess, and that is the sort of the timeline, the year when Tesla will begin mass production and hopefully shipping their all-new lower-cost Model 2, no one really knows the name. We know the internal code name is Project Redwood, and this is going to be the lower cost sort of $25,000-ish Tesla that is going to be bringing a really awesome EV experience to a much more attainable and affordable price point. Now, obviously, Tesla's going to have to make some sacrifices to get Project Redwood to that price, probably cloth seats, not as much glass, and more utilitarian design, less creature comfort features, more stripped down, but a $25,000-ish model would be very appealing, and Tesla knows this, which is why they're already sort of preparing right now for this to be the next big hit or the next big growth wave for the company. I think we're hearing right now it's going to be built initially Giga Texas, but then eventually Giga Mexico, Giga Berlin, Giga Shanghai. Tesla is basically preparing all of their factories and distribution channels around the world for this model because once it launches, they expect it to be a really, really big deal. In fact, we just may have gotten our first shot at this a couple of weeks ago. Some drone footage over Giga Berlin seemed to show this Frankenstein Tesla. Some assume it's a Model Y, but then others say that it's too small to be a Model Y. We're not exactly sure what this is, but just throwing it out there, this could be our first glimpse at maybe a rough prototype of the new lower cost model. And then, of course, we've got to talk about Model Y, because things here are very interesting with a lot of moving parts and a lot of big changes we could see at any moment. For example, for the last couple of weeks, I've been talking about some potential new colors that could be coming from Tesla's international plants over to the United States. In fact, we've seen Quicksilver, for example, at Giga Texas over and over again the last couple of weeks, and then someone just spotted it at the Tesla Fremont facility as well just a couple of days ago. So it's seeming more and more likely that Tesla is going to launch the Quicksilver color just for the Model Y here in North America. There was also a shot of the Midnight Cherry color on a Model Y at Giga Texas, and it seems likely that the sort of reign of Giga Berlin and their exclusivity on these colors is over, and hopefully both Quicksilver and Midnight Cherry come to the North American market as 2 more exclusive color options just for the Model Y. Take that, Highland Model 3. Of course, Tesla is probably doing this because they're still hard at work on Project Juniper. I know they want to do something to sort of keep the Model Y a little bit fresh and more top of mind as they wait for the new Model Y to sort of get built and get the kinks ironed out. If you want to know the latest on Model Y Juniper, there really have not been any updates. What we know right now, of course, is it's going to be basically bringing all the Model 3 features over to the Model Y, and it might be launching in China first in 2024. Yes, later on this year, Model Y Juniper is set to begin mass production at Giga Shanghai in China and could be launching in that area of the world first for a broader international rollout later in 2024 and early 2025. If you're in North America, you probably wouldn't get this new Model Y until early next year at the earliest. Making the story, though, even more complicated is that Tesla already has a Model Y refresh that's out in the world, but only available in the Chinese market. This has been around for a while, and there's been a lot of speculation on whether or not we would see this make its more broader global debut. Doesn't seem like it's going to happen, but there is a Model Y that exists right now in the Chinese market that has new, darker aero covers over the wheels. It has RGB ambient lighting on the inside of the vehicle, and also ditches the older, dated wood trim for a sort of soft touch gray fabric material in an effort to be a bit more modern and sort of give us a bit of a stopgap update until the bigger, more significant Model Y Juniper refresh makes its debut later on this year. Obviously, I've said it once and I'll say it again. I understand why Tesla does this. There's definitely more competition for them in China right now than any other market. They're significantly focusing their efforts there to do new refreshes like this, new colors, new software features. It would be very nice to sort of see these come out a bit more internationally. I feel like other markets around the world would benefit from these same features, but as of right now, Tesla's focusing a lot on these Chinese market and really doing a lot of special features there that, at least as of right now, you can only get if you're getting a car from Giga Shanghai. And also, one more secret and surprise here for those of you who are interested in the Model S and Model X, and that is that a refreshed version, after many, many months of rumors, is allegedly already in production as we speak. According to Tesla Scope, they've got a pretty good track record of this stuff. They say that the Model S and Model X now have RGB ambient lighting. They both have a front bumper camera and potentially even more features, and those are being built at the Fremont facility as we speak right now. They went into the production line on March 1st, and early deliveries, I should say more newer deliveries happening over the next couple of weeks, should be those first coming off the line with these new features. As of filming, there is yet to be any confirmation on Tesla's website that reflects these changes, but if it just entered production line now, could be a little bit until we see them sort of make their debut online. So stay tuned for that. But if you are interested in a Model S or Model X, those refreshes for 2024 might finally be here. Of course, I'm curious, what are your thoughts on all this, guys? Your thoughts on the Model X refresh, Model S refresh, lots of new Model Ys, Model 3s, performance versions, Roadster, Redwood, lots of stuff happening in 2024. Let me know your thoughts down below. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for your support. I'm Robert Rosenfeld, and I'll see you all in the next one.